Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a very special pattern to share with you. This is the top I designed myself. It's side to side knit top. It's good for summer knits. You start from one sleeve and then knit all the way to the other sleeve. I just use the simple patterns for neckline, just make it simple neck, and also for sleeves they are rolled sleeve. For also this bottom is like the same that I worked for the neckline. For this part later I use the hook to give it some stitches to make it more flatter. This is worked in one piece. You don't have any shoulder lines. Everything is seamless. You just attach sides to each other. So it's easy pattern. I'm gonna give you all the numbers for different sizes. I'm gonna put down below in the description. This video will be all the steps I took to make this one. If you still want the return pattern, I'm gonna put it on my Etsy shop. You can get it from there. For the main yarn, I used 2 strands of this yarn, which is bamboo and linen mix. Very soft yarn, very breathable. It's good for summer knits. I will put the link down below. You can buy it. It comes in 6 skein of 50 grams, total of 300. This is only 10 grams that is left from extra small size. If you want to make it a little bigger, then you need to get more yarns. It comes in a pack of 6, as I mentioned, then you need to get 2 packs. Also, along with 2 strands of this one, I used this sequin yarn. This is a sparkly sequin yarn, very, very fine yarn. It doesn't add any weight to knit, but it gives nice texture and nice color because of the sequins. You don't have to add, but for this one, it's good enough even for more than one knit. So only one of these and plus 6 skein of 50 grams of this yarn for extra small size, along with those 2 strands and one of that. I use 4.5 millimeter needles, cord needles. This is interchangeable one. You can use just fixed one. If you want to buy new cord, just make sure bigger is better. This is 40-inch I use, which was made it easier to work. Also, I use that holder for making it easier to work with this one, and also I use the other one for my skins. The hook was used when I dropped the stitch or at the end when I was fixing the curled edge. Tapestry needle for attaching parts, and some stitch marker that I used when I was decreasing or increasing, and also measuring tape and pair of scissors. Based on the swatch I worked earlier, I have 18 stitches for every 10 centimeter of the Stockinette stitch. I'm gonna consider 38 centimeter for the start of the sleeve. That means I'm gonna multiply 38 centimeter by 18 stitches that I have in 10 centimeter, then divide by 10. That gives me 68 stitches. It means I need to cast on 68 stitches. I will round it out to 70, start with 70 stitches, having a couple extra stitches for the edge. Then I'm gonna consider 10 centimeter of the yarn for cast on, for long tail cast on with both needles. And extra this much for having a room to hold the yarn. So I will cast on 70 stitches with both needles. The pattern that I'm gonna work for the sleeves will be rolled edge pattern for the sleeves. That means we're gonna start right after cast on edge to work 4 rows of stockinette. Just simple stockinette stitch for 4 rows. Row 1 knit, row 2 purl. Now finished 4 rows in stockinette stitch. 4 rows in stockinette stitch. Next, I'm gonna work 2 rows in simple 1 by 1 rib stitch. That will give me that rolled edge for the sleeve. Just simple knit and purl rib stitch for 2 rows. Now I finished 2 rows with knit and purl rib stitch. So if you pay attention, you're gonna see this is the rolled edge we are working because I wanna make the pattern on the purl side. Next step is start to work the stockinette from the purl side. So I will start working on stockinette from purl row for the stitches for this third stitch at the beginning of the row and for the third stitch at the end of the row. I will work in opposite pattern. That will help when we are seaming the edges. The bars for that stitch will help to make it easier to attach the section. So I will purl, slip 1 stitch, purl 1. This one I will knit and purl the rest of this row. At the end I will show the other purl stitch. Here again at the end of the row, this stitch I will knit, the rest is purl. So I will continue working 10 rows with a stockinette stitch, keeping these stitches in opposite pattern. And after 10 rows, I will be back with the increasing rows. Now here I worked 10 rows, just a stockinette stitch here, keeping 1 stitch on both sides as a knit stitch. Next, we're gonna start working increased rows. For increasing, I will slip the edge stitch and I have 1 purl. I'm gonna purl. I will make my increased stitch right after the knit stitch here. So I'm gonna knit this one. We're gonna keep these 3 stitch all the time together. And then I will increase 1 stitch here. I will grab the leg from the below stitch. You can use, you can do whatever you want, any method works. And we're gonna knit this stitch. So any increased stitch on the wrong side will be as knit stitch. We're gonna increase 1 stitch here and 1 at the end. I will work this row and I will show at the end. Okay, toward the end of the row here, I have the last 3 stitches. This is the knit stitch. This time the new stitch will be right before this knit stitch. I will grab the leg from the stitch below. place it on left needle, and I knit through back loop for increasing. So this is the newest stitch we add. Then I have my knit stitch and then purl 2 stitches. So everything that we're gonna increase will be on knit stitch, and on return rows, which is on the right side this time, I'm not gonna add any stitch, just every other row. In the return row, just make sure to purl the new stitch beside the stitch that we created for the edge. And the rest is simple. We're gonna work 20 rows in total with this stitch, with this increase, to increase 20 stitches altogether. This is the final look after increasing 20 stitches, 10 here and 10 here, and everything is on net. This is the purl side. Next, we're gonna increase stitches here to work the body. This will be the sleeve side. We're gonna increase the stitches right here for the length of the body from the this side first. Here we're gonna use the method which is called as thumb cast on or single cast on. Easily you're gonna use your thumb to add the stitches to the pattern here. For the side, depending on how long you want your t-shirt to be, you can increase your stitches. So you wrap the yarn around your thumb twice, and then from upper side you go and grab the thread, and then you pull it. I'm trying to adjust my yarn here. I wrap in opposite direction for the next one. That helps with twisting the yarn. I finished casting on 45 stitches here. The rest of the 45 will be on the other side. I will turn it, just make it flat, and pay attention to put them in the right order before starting. So as you can see, the pattern here is purl. Then we're going to start with purling. The last 5 stitches I will work as knit. So I will purl 40 stitches and knit 5 stitches at the end of this new cast on edge. I knit the first stitch just to make it easier. The rest I will purl. I purled 40 stitches here. The last 5 stitches I'm gonna knit. I will knit through the back loop. It is much easier at this point. Also, I knit those 2 stitches from the beginning of this previous row, and already I have 11 knit stitches here. Total knit stitches on this side here will be 18. Okay, I will continue till the end of the row, and on the other side I will work the same. Okay, now I'm at the other end, the same here. We're gonna cast on 45 stitches with the same method. I finished casting on 45 stitches. This side, because we are working on the other side, the main pattern is a net, and we're gonna keep 5 stitches as a purl here, plus those 3 and the rest 10 here. Total of 18 purl stitches here, and the rest will be net stitches. I will work through the back loops for the first setup row because it's much easier. Now I finished this row, and we have all the stitches right here. For the next 10 rows before starting the cable pattern right here and here, we're gonna repeat this pattern. On the purl side, when we are working on the purl side, we're gonna increase 1 stitch. I will do it after the first 3 purl stitches. I'm gonna make 1 purl stitch here. Same on the other side. Before the last 3 stitches, I'm gonna make 1 purl stitch here. The rest we're gonna work the pattern. Wherever you see knit stitches, you're gonna knit. Whenever it's purl, you're gonna purl. Also, we're gonna use the edge technique for the end of the rows on both sides. Here, I'm gonna show how we're gonna do it on this side. I'm gonna undo the last 2 stitches. So you're gonna have yarn in front of yourself, then slip the last 2 stitches to the right side without knitting. Then next row, when you are starting the row, you're gonna knit them together through the back loop. Basically, that is 1 increase. So just to offset that decrease, to offset that decrease, we need to make a yarn over. So I'm gonna make a yarn over and purl 1 stitch. So till now we have 3 stitches here, and I'm on the purl side. On the purl side, I will make 1 purl stitch. You can use this bar over here. Just lift the bar from back to the front and purl it. Then continue to work your stitches. I'm gonna purl across this row. Toward the end, I will be back. Again here, just before the last 3 stitches, same thing, lift the bar from back to front, purl it, and then you're gonna purl next stitch, and the last 2 stitches will be slipped with yarn in front to shape the lower edge. Okay, here again, when you are starting the next row, knit them together through the back loop, make a yarn over, and then knit your stitches for the pattern. I will continue the same pattern for next 10 rows, just to add 5 stitches on both sides. This is optional. If you want just shape the flare, you do it. After working the gradually increased section for the front and back, here I have finished increasing here. I have 45 stitches here, And this 18 stitches right here is for the cable pattern, which I already worked this section here. I worked all the way here, so I'm not increasing anymore. I'm just shaping the cable pattern here, and I will show how we're gonna work that section. It's exactly like the other side. So I have 18 stitches. I will make one pattern over 8 stitches right here. Then we're gonna knit 2 stitches plain, and again we're gonna cross or make a pattern over the last 8 stitches. You can use another needle, a spare needle, to get help, but I'm gonna try to show without any spare needle. I will slip 8 stitches to right needle first. Now from the front, I'm gonna get my left needle, insert to the first 4 stitches and pick them up. I will do it from the front for the first pattern. Okay, right now I have them on both needles. Now slowly I'm gonna I'm gonna pull this right needle and drop the last 4 stitches. And when you have your needle out, just easily and slowly go and pick up those stitches one more time again. And when you have them on the right needle, place them back on the left needle. Now they are crossed, and we're gonna knit them in order. Okay, we finished the first one. Now we're gonna make 2 knit stitches, just plain knit stitches in between. And again, we have 8 stitches here. Transfer those 8 stitches to the right needle. So for the first pattern, I inserted my left needle from the front side. This time we're gonna work from the back side. We're gonna insert left needle to the into the 4 stitches, the first 4 stitches from the back side. Okay. Now I'm gonna pull the right needle out and just make sure I don't lose any stitch from the front side. I pick them up one by one. As I mentioned, it's easier to get a help from another needle, but honestly I don't like have too many needles on my hand. Okay, place them back on left needle and knit one by one. finished here. Now I'm gonna switch to purl stitches and finish this row. The return row, you're gonna just basically purl everything on this section here. Now I have worked 15 rows after the cable pattern I wore. Again, I'm at the purl side. I put my stitch marker right in the middle section here. This is half of the stitches. I'm gonna make another pattern right here, and when I reach to this point, I'm gonna start working the neckline. Okay, now I'm here at the end part here. This is the mid section. I have two stitches left here. I'm gonna bring yarn to the front and slip those two stitches to the right needle. So from now on, we're gonna work this part again. We're gonna work only one section. So I will work these two stitches knit together, and then I will decrease one more stitch here. That will be two decrease here, and then I will continue to the pattern. I will finish this row and I will work another row until I'm back on this side. Again, back at the end of this row, two stitches left, bring the yarn to the front, slip two stitches the right needle, turn it, and again knit two together. That's another decrease we're going to work here, and I will continue working this row and I will be back again with the next row. Row 5 of decreasing for the neckline. Again here the same thing we did in the previous row. Slip two stitches and knit them together. Okay, I will work the rest and I will be back. Okay, here row 7, another decrease here. The decreases on this side will be up to you. You can make your neckline bigger by adding more decreases, but most probably this is the last one I'm doing. And from the next row, I will just use the edge technique and will work flat for the rest. Here at row 9, when I slip the last two stitches to the right needle, this time after working them together, like decreasing them through the back loop, this time I'm gonna make one yarn over just to offset that decrease. We are not decreasing anymore. In total, I decreased 5 stitches here. This will shape the neckline here. The rest, I will use this technique, just have the edge technique we use for the other end. I will continue working flat until I reach the neckline, finish this much here. Okay, now we're gonna start increasing to finish the neckline here. I worked 9 rows till here. This is the purl side. I just finished row 9. Now in the row 10, I will increase 1 stitch after the edge. I will work the edge here. And after each I'm gonna knit one stitch, and then here I will create one knit stitch just right here, and continue to the pattern. I will repeat this for another 3 rows, a total of 6 rows with this one, and then later I will increase 2 stitches at a time. So I'm gonna finish row 10 here, and I will be back. Row 12, same thing, we're gonna increase 1 stitch here again. Row 14, here row 16, we're gonna increase 2 stitches at this row. I will take this one here to increase. So 2 increase on this row, and the rest will be without decreasing to finish. Okay, now I worked another row and worked the cable. This was the end of row 17 here. I'm gonna purl the last 2 stitches instead of slipping them. And now we're gonna keep this side until we finish the back side. You can cut the yarn and attach it, but I'm gonna keep connected for now. This much here. So same thing here when we are working the back side, we're gonna start by decreasing 1 stitch here. For the back, only 1 stitch would be enough. We don't want a very open kind of neckline. So 1 decrease here, and then we're gonna continue to work flat with keeping the pattern here. We're gonna work the pattern every 16 row repeat, and I will continue working this side, only 1 decrease here, rest flat, and I will be back at the end when I work the same measurement here. Okay, here after the second cable here I worked 16 rows to complete the pattern. I'm on row 16. Next row 17, I will work another cable here. This time we're gonna work increase 1 row earlier. We're gonna work it on wrong side to offset that decrease on the other side, just 1 increase. So this is the end of the row. Here I'm gonna just increase 1 stitch. I will work this row to finish the pattern. Here I will go back and attach these 2 sections here. So I'm gonna just continue working again all the stitches working on the knit side. I'm going to work till here and I will be back to show this part. At the end, I'm gonna knit both stitches separate, not like the edge pattern. Next, we're gonna attach two parts here, back and front. It's just easy. I'm gonna just continue working my stitches. And continue working the row. So this section will be the neckline here. We finished the neckline here. We're gonna work continue straight to reach the same length we worked here, and then we're gonna start increasing and shaping the other arm. Okay, here I just finished the last repeat of the pattern. We are at this part here on the other side. Now we're gonna work this much, and this is about like 10 rows, and we're gonna start decreasing one stitch, one here, one on the other end. We're gonna continue decrease on the wrong side on here, next side, and then work the other row and come back again, decrease again. So we're gonna repeat this for 5 times, total of 10 rows, until these 45 stitches are dropped to 40 stitches. So for that, I just knit together here, and I don't need to make a yarn over. Just dropped one stitch here by knitting two together at the beginning of the row. I will repeat this for 10 rows, 5 decreases on each side, and then after that I'll be back. I just finished decreasing for the front and back. Also, I worked another row here just to finish the length here. At this point, I'm on the right side, on the purl side now, and I will start binding up for the front piece. This is the front piece here. I will bind off 45 stitches. Right now I have 40 stitches of purl, and then this is the pattern that we finished. I'm going to bind off 40 plus 5 of those knit stitches, and then I will start working gradually to shape here. I'm going to finish this part, work one row, and bind off the other end. Okay, I need to bind up this one too. I'm gonna get rid of this marker here. So just one more time here. And now I will finish this row. Okay, I just finished this row till end. This is bind off. I worked this row across this row, and now on the knit side I will bind off 45 stitches. Same here, we have 40 stitches here. we're gonna bind up 5 stitches from this pattern side, total of 45, and then I will go finish this row and start decreasing. Gradually decreasing, we're gonna decrease 10 stitches of each side. This is the marker I put here. We're gonna decrease these 10 stitches and then work the rest. I just finished binding up for both sides. So for those 10 stitches on both sides, we're gonna start gradually decreasing to shape the underarm. For decreasing on the, I'm not sure it's the front side. This is the back side. We're gonna use, I'm on the purl side now. We're gonna use lift the slanting decrease here. So I pick up my edge stitch, then knit 1, so these 2 stitches, third and 4, I'm gonna make a lift slanting decrease on knit stitches. For that I will insert my needle to the first stitch knitwise, and then to the second stitch through the back loop this way. Then I will knit them with that opening there. You're gonna bring the yarn from that small opening there, and then when you finished it, just make sure to pull the second stitch very well. That will give you very nice centered lift slanting kind of decrease. Then I will continue working this row and I will make another decrease on the other side. For the other side, it's going to be just standard knit together. And after I have decreased all the stitches, and we're going to do only on purl side. After I'm done with that, I will be back. Okay, here, end of this row, I have 4 stitches left. This is the back piece. So I'm gonna knit together these 2 stitches, just standard knit together. You can also do on the other side, but it's easier for me to do on this side. Then I remember the time that I'm decreasing on the knit side of the pattern. And then knit the last 2 stitches. I will continue working all these stitches and then I will be back. Okay, finished shaping the underarm on both sides. Next I will work 10 rows of stockinette stitch, and I will keep the third stitch as knit stitch, the same at the end of the row. This stitch will be knit stitch and the rest will be purled. I will work 10 rows and I will be back. So this one is a slip, the second stitch is purl, and this will be knit stitch and purl across this row. Just finished 10 rows, and now here I'm gonna work 2 rows in rib stitch, just 1 by 1 rib stitch. And final step is working 4 rows of stockinette. Just make sure here is the purl side. Next I'm gonna work the knit side to achieve that curling edge for the sleeve. And this is the final part. After this part here, I'm gonna go make a good steam. I'm gonna give a little low steam to the fabric, and then I will show how to attach the sides, and that will be the end. Okay, I just finished the last row here, and this is the end of this pattern. Next, I'm gonna bind off. For bind off, I will use a stretching method because I need this stretch here to have the curl. For that, I'm gonna uh, measure about 3 times, a little bit more than the length of the fabric, and I will cut it. Okay, now I'm gonna grab my tapestry needle and I will use stretchy bind up. Stretchy bind up is super easy. You're gonna insert your needle to the 3 stitches from the beginning of the row, pass through the 3 stitches and drop first one. So each time you're gonna insert into the 3 stitches, pass it through, drop the first stitch. And this will give you very loose bind off. And this is the final look. I love the fabric and the pattern. You can keep the same pattern that you have for neck. I love this way. Or you can pick up stitches and work couple rows with rib stitch. It's up to you. The same with the down here. Now I'm gonna attach the sides. I will show you just one side how to attach with using the mattress stitch. When the purl side is up, I have my needle here. We're gonna work on the purl side. First things, I'm gonna use one of the stitches here just to attach 2 sides to each other. Let me zoom a little bit here. Basically, I'm gonna stitch into this knit stitch that we have. We kept one knit stitch here, one from this side and one from this side to use to work the mattress stitch. And we're going a little further. And when you pull the yarn, it's gonna attach. Okay, here is the right side for my sweater. I will pick up my yarn and will make my first chain here. Now you're gonna turn to the inside, like to a wrong side, and you're gonna stitch two close by stitches around the edge. So just make sure that it's very close to your edge stitch. You insert, pick up your first chain. You can adjust this part later, so don't worry about that. section here. We're gonna go back to the second stitch here, work another chain, and when you are getting that chain, just bring out of the first chain. Again, stitch back. I'm trying to see which one I'm gonna use. Yeah, this one here, closer to the edge. Just simple chain that you're gonna make. This will add a weight to the wrong side and make it more flatter on the right side. And as you can see on the other side, my right side is just a small stitches right here, very close to edge. I have worked the other side and it helps just keeping it flatter than before. And on the right side, on the wrong side, you're gonna see just very small chains. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and find it useful. Thank you very much for watching.